I'm Emily Domina.
I'm Domina.
I'm Austin Collier.
Kayla.
I'm Norah.
Okay, so employee morale is emotions, attitude, satisfaction, and overall outlook of employees during their time in the workplace environment. We gathered all this information from Baldoni, a scholarly author, who discusses these points to help improve overall morale. Morale in the workplace, Baldoni's methods helped us drive our research.
So here's background about my article, and according to Whitman, workplace morale and productivity have a linear exponential relationship. This means that as the morale among employees increase, the productivity levels also increase. Increases morale to moderate levels of morale tend to do much benefit in increasing productivity that increase from moderate to high level. Channels that impact productivity include the mindset of the employees. The workers who have higher productivity usually enjoy working and getting the work done with the quality as needed. Some workplace requires a little effort to increase productivity, like something as small as giving feedback with work. However, it also requires the workers to have that type of mindset. And also according to the results of experiments, the workers with higher morale are willing to put more work and effort into their work. And as a result, the productivity levels also increase. A higher morale may also allow easier interest to change set by the management within the workplace. Workers with higher morale make it easier for the change to be effective. The thing that is good is that increasing morale does not have diminishing returns, so it will never go down as a negative number.
And then we conducted 3 different types of research. So we did 2 surveys, both within the overall workplace. We did one with Generation X, which ranged from workers in the hospitality industry, ranging from the ages of 30 to 45, give or take. And then we also did a survey evaluating the work morale with millennials, such as college students at Indiana State University, and those ages ranges from around 18 to 24. We also conducted interviews with millennials, also students here at Indiana State that work in the residence halls, and evaluated the work morale in those environments.
So going off of what Emily said, we had 3 different research methods, and we had 3 different hypotheses for each of them. So for the first survey for Generation X, we predicted that they would have difficulties with work morale, but would overall have a more favorable and positive effect on their work morale than the millennials. And for survey number 2, we predicted that the millennials wouldn't really have much positivity remarks to work morale due to their employment not being close to their major or their interests. And for the interview, we predicted that the interview given to student staff members would help identify some of the problems that show up in the workplace due to low morale, and we could pinpoint those problems and come up with solutions based off of them.
So the first survey, as I said before, took place within the hospitality industry workplace with Generation X, as I stated the ages before. So as you can see, the first question that we asked is professionals, just plainly, do you enjoy your current place of employment, factoring in the different environment and things like that. And as you can see, the results are heavily, strongly agree and agree. And the reason for this is because most of these people do have degrees in the field that they're in. So my parents are both in hospitality, so their coworkers took it, and they all have a strong passion for customer service and things like that. So that's why the results were so heavily, strongly agree. And I thought this was very positive because that means as a consumer going into these workplaces, you're going to get good service based off the professionals enjoying their employment. So, go ahead. So then the next question, we did 5 questions. The first question kind of factored in 2, 3, and 4, and then question 5 really focused on the incentives that are present within the hospitality industry. So as you can see, the incentives were also strongly available to the people in this workplace. We only had a very small percentage that did not have these incentives present, possibly because they just started employment at this place. Over time, incentives do become more available for long-term employees. So in conclusion, Generation X did have an overall favorable work environment. And as I said before, they may have more pride within their work based off having a certain degree in that position and possibly having that employment for a long time, establishing both professional and personal relationships with their employees to ease, the everyday grind of going to work, and also promotions and salary increase may be possible as well.
Okay, we can offer them a round of applause.
Oh, we're not finished.
I thought you said in conclusion.
No, that was just the first survey. Yep, we're not
Okay,
finished at all.
sorry. We're fixing that after this each point.
So here is some compare from the result question 1 and survey 1 and question 1 to survey 2. So based on the results, survey 1, all the professionals that took the survey enjoy their current place of employment. And survey 2, that had a population, college student, millennials, a large amount as you see, also enjoy their part-time employment, but unlike survey 1, a small percentage, which is 12%, the one, either did not favor their employment or did not favor their overall employment with while attending college.
So for survey 2, we focused on the millennials. And so what we conducted is that majority, over more than 50% of the people that work, they think that incentives or having perks will basically motivate them to work harder. So we concluded that millennials are given less perks than people who work in a career-based profession. So because of that, it's just because it's a short-term thing for them. The perks are not gonna be as good as if you was working for a big company or just like a corporation. So we conducted that. So the majority of the people won't be as motivated because it's not the job that they're really going for. And our range of millennials jobs were from being a sales associate to a cashier or a salesperson or just a cook or intern. So we had a broad range of employees and their work experience.
Okay, so just for some background information on our interview results, I want to start by showing this video called "People Were Honest at Their Workplace" from BuzzFeed. Yeah, hopefully it's on. If not, I know what it's about.
Okay, there's an amplifier that has an on switch. You might as well fix it now.
Okay, sorry about that.
9 and a half, yeah. This is it. It's not here.
Alright, well I can just keep going.
Yeah, we can just grab my laptop.
It'll be
Yo, let me go.
Where's the main switch here? Main volume.
Yeah, go ahead and just find the video. Yeah, sure. Grab it.
Okay.
I'll need to like shut down. That's a little awkward, but
It's all good.
anyway, the
That's all right.
video was just a little clip to show some of the verbal and nonverbal communication problems that come up in the workplace, with supervisors being rude to their employees or employees just being rude to their fellow coworkers, things like that. And I chose this video to bring up some of the problems that me and Austin identified when we were giving the surveys. And we just analyzed the interpersonal communication efforts, opinions on atmosphere, things like that in the interviews. So the main problems that we identified were nonverbal and verbal communication and also work ethic within the workplace. And just to go into that and explain it a little deeper, with nonverbal communication, we mostly identified proxemics or use of space. And if you go into the textbook, it brings up an example from the movie called Office Space, in which all the employees working together in the same cubicle really made it hard for them to just mesh together, and they felt uncomfortable within the workplace, and that really brought down their morale overall. And with verbal communication, you can go back to paralinguistics, which is explained from page 149, or 147 to 149, and paralinguistics influences the conversation, so that can go back to if your supervisor is talking to you in a mean tone, it might make you not want to work as hard or really bring down your happiness in the workplace. And with work ethic, you can bring that back to how climate and personal relationships can influence the overall work atmosphere, and that is mentioned in chapter 8.
Can you stop a minute? Turn on the CPU, please. That is clear, turn on. Because I know you have PowerPoints for all those
Yeah.
facts that you've been saying.
Yeah.
This will not count against you.
Okay.
And
Well,
Can we find out what time we're at?
we're at 11.
Oh,
Like,
no, too.
does that count, like, since?
No, it doesn't
No, I
count.
stopped the time.
Okay, thanks. So you want me to keep going or just wait until?
Missing operating system.
Okay, awesome.
This way, this way.
Okay.
I thought I turned it on.
This class is a joke.
There we go.
It's turned on.
So we're having great morale right now as we figure out this problem.
Excellent.
Yes, thank you for being so patient. Amazing nonverbal communication skills with your attention. I really appreciate it.
No, we are.
Yeah.
Have you, okay.
I did that.
Can I just get my computer and we can look at the slides on there? Okay.
Okay.
Well, we're not sure what missing operating system means. Maybe this one? I think it's not. That's gonna read, nope, it still says the same thing. We press this button, hold the button for a reason, so. There's like the entire system turned off or.
Okay, we're done.